Okay, let's face it, right? If you're listening to this, you're probably a real estate agent.
Probably.
And if you're a real estate agent, you are absolutely drowning in advice on how to build a personal brand.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's why we're here. We've gone through a ton of material that you guys sent us, and we're gonna try to extract the really valuable stuff.
Yeah, the actionable stuff.
The things that you can actually use.
Exactly. Because it's one thing to just say build a personal brand, but it's another thing entirely to know how to actually do it,
Right.
especially as a real estate agent.
So, one of the things that really stuck out to me was this idea that a personal brand is almost like building trust with a client. Would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, real estate is all about trust,
Right.
right? You're helping people make one of the biggest decisions of their lives.
Totally.
They're trusting you with a lot of money, basically.
Right.
So they need to know that you're not only competent, but
Mhm.
that you actually care about them and their needs.
So it's less about like slapping a logo on everything and more about conveying your values.
Yeah,
What makes you as an agent?
exactly.
Okay, so how does somebody actually do that? Where do you even start?
Well, I think the first step is to really think about what you enjoy most about being in real estate.
Yeah.
What kind of clients do you love working with?
Mm-hmm.
What are you passionate about? Because that passion is going to come through in everything you do,
Right.
and it's going to attract the right clients to you.
So like if I love working with families,
Yeah,
maybe I become the family home finder.
exactly. That could be your niche,
Okay.
and then you can really focus your marketing efforts around that.
Okay.
And speaking of marketing, we can't forget about the online piece.
Right. Huge these days.
Huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
And one thing that all of the sources really emphasized was the importance of a consistent visual identity.
Okay, so what does that mean in the real estate world?
Well, think about it this way. You see a beautifully designed ad for a new listing on Instagram,
Uh-huh.
and it catches your eye because the logo is clean, the colors are nice, the font is easy to read. And then a week later, you see an open house announcement on Facebook, and it's the same logo, same colors, same font.
Got it.
It all feels cohesive and professional.
So you instantly recognize it as being from that same agent,
Exactly. That's visual consistency,
right?
and it makes a huge difference in how people perceive you.
Makes sense.
It builds that recognition and trust.
So like if you're all about eco-friendly homes, you're probably not going to use a like harsh red and black color scheme.
Probably not.
Hmm.
You might go for more earthy tones,
Right.
natural imagery, to really reinforce that aspect of your brand.
Okay, so it's all about aligning the visuals with your values and your target audience.
Exactly.
Got it.
And another powerful way to reinforce that connection with your audience is through valuable content.
So here we go. Content is king.
I know everyone says it,
Right.
but it's true, especially in real estate.
Okay, I'm willing to hear you out on this one.
Okay, so think about it from a potential client's perspective.
Okay.
They're scrolling through Facebook and they see a post from an agent that says, "Looking to buy or sell, call me."
Yeah.
How helpful is that?
Not very.
Exactly.
I'd probably keep scrolling.
But what if they see a post with like a video tour of a new listing in their neighborhood?
Oh.
Or, a blog post with tips on how to stage their home to get top dollar.
That's useful.
Suddenly that agent is a resource.
Yeah.
Someone they might actually want to follow and engage with.
So it's about offering something useful, solving a problem for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it can take a lot of different forms.
Like what?
You can write blog posts, create videos, host webinars.
Could I start a podcast?
You could totally start a podcast.
Really?
Yeah. Like imagine if you had a podcast on, say, the hottest up-and-coming neighborhoods for young families.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Right. It shows that you're in tune with that specific market and you're passionate about it.
Wow. Okay, this is making me rethink my whole content strategy.
And that's just one example. The key is to find what works for you
Right.
and what resonates with the people you want to reach.
This is a lot to think about.
It is.
But we're not done yet, right? There's more.
Oh, there's so much more.
Oh, gosh.
But I think we've laid a really good foundation so far.
Okay, good.
And we'll dive deeper into all the nitty-gritty details in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay, I'm ready for more.
It sounds good.
So we've talked about, finding our niche and really like honing our message.
Yeah.
But are there any like pitfalls? Like what should we avoid when it comes to personal branding?
Oh, tons of pitfalls. But one of the biggest ones I see is inauthenticity.
Oh, okay.
You can't just, say you're the luxury condo guru if you're not actually passionate about luxury condos.
Yeah, that makes sense.
People can see right through that,
Yeah.
especially these days.
Right, they do their research.
Exactly. So your online persona needs to match your real-life self.
Yeah, that's so true.
Otherwise, you're just going to come across as fake.
And nobody trusts a fake.
Exactly.
So let's say I am really passionate about working with first-time home buyers,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not like super tech savvy.
Yeah.
Do I need to like force myself to become a social media whiz?
No, not necessarily.
Okay, good.
Remember, it's all about playing to your strengths.
Yeah.
So if tech isn't your thing,
Uh-huh.
maybe you focus on building relationships face-to-face.
Okay.
Hosting community events, partnering with local businesses.
Right, like a first-time home buyer workshop or something.
Exactly. Something that feels authentic to you
Makes sense.
and that allows you to connect with people on a personal level.
Okay, so I'm starting to get this, but real estate changes so fast.
Yeah.
How do you keep your personal brand from feeling like outdated?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it's something a lot of agents struggle with. I call it brand stagnation.
Oh, interesting.
Your brand can't just stay the same forever,
Yeah.
It needs to evolve as you grow.
So it's got to be a living thing, basically.
Exactly. It needs to be nurtured, updated, and you need to stay informed.
Okay, so how do you do that?
Well, read industry publications, attend conferences, follow thought leaders on social media.
So if I'm noticing that a lot of my clients are asking about smart home technology, I should probably learn more about that.
Exactly. You need to stay ahead of the curve
Okay.
and be able to answer those questions confidently.
So I'm not walking into a smart home and being like, what is all this stuff?
Exactly. You want to be the expert,
Well,
the
now-
go-to resource for your clients.
Okay, that makes sense.
And on the visual side, you don't have to do a complete rebrand every year,
Right.
but it's good to periodically review your logo, your website, your colors, and make sure they're still aligned with your brand.
Yeah, a little refresh every now and then.
Exactly. Just to keep things feeling current.
Okay, this is all really helpful. I feel like I'm starting to understand the nuances of personal branding a little better.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
But there's one thing that I keep seeing pop up, and
Yeah.
that's this idea of personal storytelling.
Yes. Stories are so powerful.
But why? Why are they so important for a real estate agent?
Because stories connect with people on an emotional level,
Yeah.
They help us relate to each other.
So it's not just about saying, I'm a great agent.
Right.
It's about showing them why you're a great agent.
Exactly. Tell them a story about how you helped a client overcome a challenge
Uh-huh.
or how you went above and beyond to find them their dream home.
So they can see your values in action.
Yes. It makes you a relatable human,
Okay, I like that.
and it builds trust.
And they don't have to be these big epic stories either, right?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Sometimes the simplest stories are the most effective.
So maybe I share a story about how I fell in love with my own neighborhood
Yeah,
and how that passion led me to real estate.
exactly. It's personal, it's authentic,
Right.
and it gives people a glimpse into who you are.
Okay, I'm getting this now.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you have some favorite examples of real estate agents who are killing it with personal branding.
Oh, tons. I'm constantly inspired by the creativity and innovation I see out there.
Cool. Tell me about one.
Okay, so there's this one agent I follow on Instagram,
Uh-huh.
and she uses humor to demystify the whole home buying process for first-time buyers.
Oh, that's right.
It makes it less intimidating and more fun.
Right, because it can be intimidating.
Exactly. And then there's another agent who focuses on the architectural details of the homes she lists.
Oh, interesting.
She'll incorporate historical facts and trivia into her marketing materials.
So she's attracting the history buffs.
Yes. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
She's not just selling a house, she's selling a story.
Okay, this is blowing my mind a little bit.
Good.
I feel like I've been so focused on the technical side of branding
Yeah.
that I've completely overlooked this whole storytelling element.
And that's a common mistake, but it's something that can really set you apart.
Okay, I'm sold. I need to start telling more stories.
Yes. Yes.
You do. But before we wrap up on storytelling,
Yep.
I'm curious, are there other things, other actionable steps that people can take?
Oh, absolutely. Tons.
Okay.
But I think we've covered a lot of ground already.
Yeah, we have.
And I want to make sure we have time to dive even deeper into some of these strategies in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Let's do it. So we've talked a lot about personal branding for real estate agents, like what it is and why it's so important.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
But I think now it's time to really dive into the how you know.
Right. The actionable steps.
What can agents actually do to start building a strong personal brand?
Well, It all starts with self-reflection, I think.
Okay.
Like before you start putting on makeup, you got to look in the mirror.
Right. See what you're working with.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
take some time to really get to know yourself as an agent.
Mm-hmm.
What are your core values? What are your strengths and weaknesses?
Yeah.
What kind of impact do you want to make in this industry?
So almost like a personal mission statement for your real estate career.
Exactly. And once you have that clear understanding of who you are and what you stand for,
Yeah.
then you can start to build your brand around those core elements,
Okay.
like laying the foundation before you start building the house.
Right. Got to have that solid base.
Exactly. And once you have that foundation in place,
Mm-hmm.
you can start thinking about your target audience.
Okay. Who do I want to work with?
Exactly. And this is where that whole niche thing comes in again.
Right. Right.
Are you passionate about working with first-time home buyers, luxury properties,
Yeah.
investors?
The more specific, the better. Right.
The more specific, the better.
Okay.
Because then you can tailor your marketing messages and your whole brand to really resonate with that particular group of people.
Got it. Okay.
It's all about creating a brand that speaks directly to the needs and desires of your ideal client.
Okay. So I've got my foundation.
Yeah.
I know who I want to work with. What's next?
Well, then it's time to start thinking about your online presence.
Okay. Website, social media, all that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Your website should be like your home base,
Mm-hmm.
a place where potential clients can learn more about you, your services, your approach to real estate.
And then social media is where I can kind of like let my personality shine a little bit.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Use social media to share your expertise, your insights. Give people a behind-the-scenes look at what you do.
But don't be fake.
No, never fake. Authenticity is key.
Yeah.
People can spot a phony a mile away.
That's true. That's true.
So just be yourself, share your passions, let people get to know the real you.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Good.
This has been so helpful. I feel like I finally have a plan, you know?
That's great to hear. But remember, personal branding is an ongoing process.
Right.
It's not like you just do it once and then you're done.
Yeah, it's got to evolve.
Exactly. It evolves as you grow, as the market changes, as you learn new things.
So be flexible, be open to new ideas. Yeah,
Never stop learning, right?
Never stop learning. That's the key to success in any field, but especially in real estate.
Okay. So any final words of wisdom before we wrap things up?
I would just say never underestimate the power of human connection.
Oh, that's so true.
It's easy to get caught up in all the technology and the marketing tactics. But at
Okay.
the end of the day, real estate is a people business.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's about building relationships, helping people achieve their dreams,
Making their lives better.
Exactly. So always remember that human element. Be authentic, be kind, and always put your clients first.
That's fantastic advice.
Thank you.
Well, I think we've covered just about everything there is to know about personal branding for real estate agents,
I think so too,
at least for now.
for now.
So to everyone listening out there, I hope you feel inspired to go out there and build a brand that is truly authentic and truly you.
Yes, go get them.
And until next time, happy branding.